Okay, so this is a worksheet, 4.6a, and I just wanted to go over some of the problems that I know students sometimes have questions about. Here, describing transformations at the beginning, this usually isn't too much of an issue. You're just going to say things like, how far to the left, right did it go? Start with the x thing. So the first thing that happened was a subtraction of 5. So like, what did that do? And then kind of move out from there. So you go to this one here. All right, let's talk about the next section because that's where the main questions are, number 2. Okay, so looking at this function, you're supposed to figure out what happens. So this is f of x, and this is 3 times f of x. That's what g of x is. And so this is f of x, this blue one here. And we are basically multiplying it by 3, which when you multiply in that location, that's a, and that's a vertical stretch. So everything's going to move away from the x-axis by a factor of 3. So if some point's like 1 away from the x-axis, you're going to multiply that by 3, and it's going to be 3 away. If it's 2 away from the x-axis, you're going to multiply by 3, and it's going to be 6 away. So let's start this one. This point right here, if it's 1 away from the x-axis, this is 1, right? Then it's going to be, instead of 1 away, it'll be 3 away. So 1, 2, 3 puts you right there. This point, I just kind of do the corner points. This point right here, it's 2 away from the x-axis. So now I'm going to move away further, and it will be 3 times 2, so 6 away. It'll be right here. So again, we're just vertically stretching it away. This point's 2 away, so now it will be 6 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Guess I can't count right there. This one's 2 away, so now it's going to be 6 away. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one as well. You can kind of connect your dots. That's a really terrible line. And that's what it looks like. Hopefully yours looks a little better than that. But that's basically a vertical stretch of 3. Let's do the next one. This one, we're taking the function. We are multiplying it by 1/3. That's a vertical shrink of 1/3. And then we're going to go down 1. So if we start with this point, this one's a little tricky. You start with this one, it's 0 away from the x-axis. You multiply that by 1/3, it's still 0, 1/3 times 0, and then you move it down 1. So it ends up being right here. This point right here, it is 3 away. 1/3 times 3 is 1. So you're right here. And then you go down 1 from there, you end up right there. This point right here, up here, it's 6 away from the x-axis. Multiply by 1/3, now it's 2 away, so it's right here. And then down 1 is right here. Same with this point, it's 6 away, so 1/3 of that is 2 away, and then go down 1, end up right here. This one, it's 0 away times 1/3 is still 0, down 1. Next one, 3. Might as well just do them all. This is a vertical stretch of 2, and then the negative means it's a flip over the x-axis. So we'll start with this point right here. It's a vertical stretch of 2, so it's 0 away. Double 0, it's still 0. And you're going to flip it over the x-axis while it's on the x-axis. So that point just stays right there. This point right here, you vertically stretch it by a factor of 4. So now it goes, you vertically stretch it by a factor of 2. So instead of being 2 away, it's now 4 away. 2 times 2 is 4. So it's up here. But then you flip it over the x-axis, and instead of being like 4 away on this side, it flips over and ends up being 4 down here. Just like this. Get rid of that point there. Same with this point here. It's 2 away. Double that. It's now 4 away. Flip it over the x-axis. It ends up down here. This point here, it's 1 away. Double that. Now it's 2 away. So it's right here. Flip it over the x-axis. You end up being right here. And then finally this point, it's 3 away. Double that, 6 away. So 4, 5, 6. And now flip it over the x-axis. It's going to flip over and be right here. So that's what the one that's been vertically stretched by 2 and flipped over looks like. And that's kind of how you do those. Hopefully that will be helpful as you kind of finish up your homework.